evening. Hello, Sushi. How are you doing? Okay, we have a sushi in all caps. Okay. You are okay. Alright, we'll take okay. We will take that. Okay, this is on the timer, but let me pop in. Let's see. Content warnings real quick. Bam. Okay, so it's been a while since we played the Slay the Princess demo. I legitimately do not remember when we last played it. Like, whenabouts it was. Um, but I do recall we got a couple of endings. We got, the Spectre, the Stranger. I checked it earlier. Like, it reset my achievements, but I remember we basically got all the ones that were available except the Fury, I think is what it was called. That one's not on there anymore, but they've also added, um, some new ones. So I'm very much looking forward to trying out the demo. I don't know how long we'll be playing, and so I might swap games later, but I figured we'd, definitely give it a couple of runs. But yeah, so that is what we'll be doing tonight. Resident Evil 4 remake stream will be happening Saturday. Saturday evening. As well as I don't really know what we'll be doing on and off throughout the week though, aside from that. You forgot about it? Oh. Yeah, it comes out this Friday. No. Well, it'll be Saturday evening, so you're supposed to be off in the evenings, right? We'll see. We'll see. No. Oh no. You need to put your foot down about that then. Okay. Horror video game contains flickering image effects. Oh, maybe I need to. Oh, I remember this. This tune. And to his grand plan. Yes. Okay. Oh. That. No. Nope. Nope, that's not. That's not how that should work. Do I have? Oh, we do. Alright. I would definitely suggest you and Zach getting with him and, like, especially since, like, you have a kid to take care of, so, like, you can't be doing that. I'd have to re-explain all of that jazz. Oh, goodness.
You're on a path in the woods, and
Good
at
thing
the
about-
end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I was gonna say, the good thing about Slay the Princess over like Scarlet Hollow is I don't have to read every little thing. Oh yeah, I forgot. We can kind of move the thing.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Were these here last time? Like, if there's now a quick save and a quick load, that's kind of nice. Oh, and it's up here now instead of like the little book that popped up. Oh, is chat in the way? Hold on. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Uh-oh, let's fix that real quick. Where is my overlay? Whoops. I didn't know that was gonna pop up there. Hold on, come here, chat. What if I just move you over here? Is that better? Testing. There we go. Alrighty. See if I remember to put it back later. Or we can leave it for a little bit. Okay. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? So these all seem the same. Can someone else do it? Forget this, I'm not doing it. Turn around and leave. We've done that before. Okay, hold on. Let's start with some of the basic ones.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Do you have any evidence to
You're
back this
already
up?
on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
No more people isn't necessarily bad. Yeah. Sometimes people are the problem. Yeah, exactly.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you. While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
We are clearly the problem.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Can't
Oh,
someone
if
else
only
do
that were
this?
the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
Why, though?
Like I said, I don't make the rules.
But
No matter
why?
How much I wish I did.
Huh. Alright, narrator. I'll go to the cabin, talk to her, maybe I'll slay her. I'm not committing. Okay, I'm sold. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a Monarch. That still kills me. I love this. Let's do this one. Let's keep our options open.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
He's so, like, a little bit
You
salty.
make your way up the short path to the cabin.
After a while.
You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, so we have the voice of the hero. Although that's the one that normally pops up, right? Defaultly.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only
Save,
furniture of
slay.
note
Who can tell
is
the
a
difference?
plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I guess let's take the blade. This time.
You take the blade from the table.
Oh, we have a little knife in our
It'd
hand
be
now.
rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without.
Why is it hovering on the edge? I don't know. It is on the edge of the table as opposed to being, like, maybe in the middle of it. Into the basement. Our little hand has a dagger.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
If we have a knife, though, she'll see it in our hand. I do like that, like, the princess is really smart and observant, which, as she should be, right? It's a challenge. Makes it interesting to go up against them.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
I said I think I'm here to kill you, not
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
not definitely
There's a
here to
heavy
kill you.
chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Why is only one chain? Like, why don't they have both of her arms if they're
Focus
that
on the
concerned
task
about
at
her?
hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Well, it's not. Why would you even think that? Yeah, it wasn't a joke. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Step forward. Yeah, like, and it's broken off. Like, it's not even as long as this chain. So, like, has someone come here and failed already? I wonder. Oh god. My mouse. There we go. Maybe. Yeah. Then begs the question, does she really have to die? Well, because, like, okay, so if she killed whoever came here last, their corpse would be somewhere, right? Ideally, unless she ate them, I guess. The semantics that the narrator doesn't want to get into, absolutely. Like, yeah, there's no leading up to, like, why were you chosen? Why do you have to be the only one who does this? Just, you are the only one who can do this. Because the narrator said so. I haven't decided
How
yet.
about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop the knife or tighten it. You have mentioned it once or twice. It has been brought up. Also, I have Reese's Puffs, and so I apologize if I crunch in y'all's ears. I'm going to try not to. Embrace your inner Lissa, and just let everybody know how much you enjoy somebody. Yes? I eat Reese's Puffs without milk. Like, I just eat them by themselves. Not dropping the knife? Alright.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
It's also very curious to watch her, because, like, up until that point, she had, like, this, like, with her head turned, and she was looking kind of down at us. But now that she sees, like, we've kept hold of the blade, her expression has changed. Oh, do the Captain Crunch. I really wanted Captain Crunch, but I can't justify the size of the box for the price. So I bought the off-brand, which is, like, just Berry Crunch. But I really wanted Peanut Butter Crunch, is where I was going with that.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Please recognize that, yes. You meant an off-brand as well.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze?
I wish they
I don't
had...
think she's bluffing.
So to my knowledge, the off-brand I have is always Berry Crunch. I don't think they have another version of, like, just regular Crunch or Peanut Butter Crunch.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Are you sure
I'm
she's not
positive.
armed?
I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Ooh, I lost the chance to say, to do the other explore. Huh. I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Alright then. Oh, this is how you do the staring contest one.
I
guess
we
we're
are.
at an impasse.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
We can. Hold on.
You stare at the princess, squinting fiercely. She squints back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you? You'll have to blink eventually, just not.
The way he said squinting fiercely, like why are you doing this? I don't have to blink. That is where you're wrong. Nice. Go on, we're gonna drop the blade real quick.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
It's really more of a clatter, but alright.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Not when you say it like that, my dear.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Don't just tell her that.
Why not? Oh, I didn't see the what's her name. Hold on, I'll ask that next if we have the chance.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
They have not. Been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. I'm more inclined to trust you than I am to trust them. Huh. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret. Deflect. What are you going to do if we let you out of here? I was hoping you'd tell me. How did she end up here? That is a good question. I'll have to see if I can ask it when we get back to that line of thought. I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
That doesn't mean
I
much.
believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
True, technically.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
You're not helping your situation much.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
And neither are yours, except you're the narrator.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
It's worth my love. Oh, that's his voice, not his words.
Isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Well, that's new information. Okay. What's your name? There isn't a how did you get down here? At least not yet. Reese's Puffs. Just casually eating Reese's Puffs while we contemplate murdering this person.
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Once again, not helping your situation.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Too long.
Well,
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
mm.
She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we've talked.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Not really.
You know why you're here.
Okay, so we slay the princess, we can examine the chains and say we're getting her out of here. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do and keep her locked away. She's kind of snide. Don't care for her attitude. Yeah, the very initial attitude. That's like a weird thing because it's like you don't trust the narrator. She doesn't come off very likable in the beginning. The voice of the hero is just trying to do his best. I mean, to be fair, she's under the impression that you could kill her at any time. I guess. Although, if you're trying to convince someone not to kill you, I'm very curious about this. We don't have the knife with us. Would we, like, get back up and go get it? Because, like, it's behind us, by the stairs. We just murder her with our bare hands. Although, apparently we have claws, if you look at the little hand thing. Alright. Slaying the princess, take one.
You charge the princess, blade in hand.
No, it's not in
Unfortunately,
hand.
Earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck.
We did not have the blade in hand. Alright.
Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
Just, I guess I'll die. Where up her sleeve? I'm sorry, where? I guess it could have been sewed up here on this part. Or like here, because that way she could have reached it a little easier. Alright, this is new. Now we'll, let's finish the job.
With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the
Oh.
princess's heart.
The knife that my pointer is has blood on it now. Like at the tip.
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
Ma'am, why are you smiling at me like that? Yeah, you're not quote-unquote human. Like, that's why this hand is like a claw. That's been since the previous demo. It's a little curious, because I've read certain tweets about, like, is she dangerous because she's human? Is, like, everyone else, like, a non-human species? World building that we don't have access to.
somehow I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder,
Alright.
do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
No, but that's because I have outsider information.
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words. But you don't have the time to worry over such things. Everything goes black, and you die.
The razor. Alright.
You're on a path in the woods,
Now
and at the
the
end of that path
music
is
is
a
off.
cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this happened already? Okay, no. But I died. What am I doing here? She's going to kill me again! But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again? Proceed to the cabin, turn around and leave. Let's do this one.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Are we sure we don't want to turn around and hightail it out of here? I really don't want to be stabbed to death again.
Fair. That is fair.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Lies.
That's exactly what you told us last time. But as soon as we tried to slay her, she just started stabbing us to death. Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine. Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Sorry, I didn't read that. I was drinking coffee.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
We did exactly what you said.
Sort of.
Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare, in which case I shouldn't be held accountable for what supposedly happened. But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Who cares what happened to everyone else? We should do what we can to save ourselves, and just get out of here.
You do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're dooming yourself as well as everyone else.
She just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. So long as we're careful, we can win this.
That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
Let's talk about the princess. This princess.
Just be quick about it.
Sure. We killed each other last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again? All she did last time around was stab me to death. How can someone like that in the world? Who locked her up in that basement? What is this place? I feel like with this one, he's just going to say, listen to me, but let's see if we can get some information.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Alright. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
Alright, I guess.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Hero instincts
Special
overactivating.
didn't stop us from getting killed last time.
Overactivating. You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me? Huh.
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world. And don't get stabbed. Please?
Well, he said please, guys.
She just can. But she's still only a princess. You're fully up to the task you've been given, so long as you remember that. I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
You didn't tell us about her knife last time, though.
That's because she's unarmed. And more than that, it's because there wasn't a last time.
Alright.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Turn around and leave. No, I'm kidding. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
No, we can't go in there.
No.
Either of you feel sick? Because I feel sick just thinking about that place. We're going to die again, and I bet it's going to hurt. It's good to be careful, but you're really not helping with all that talk about death and dying. Agreed. Just ignore that clown and stay focused.
Oh, that was mean. He's just worried. Reasonably so. We got stabbed last time.
The interior of the cabin is
Ooh.
a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
What about the mirror? Was this here last time?
The blade is your implement.
Do you imagine
Only
one of the
that
times you
want to
come
do this
in?
right.
No, it wasn't. Cool. You imagine one of the times you come in, instead of like a knife, it's like some other weapon, like an axe or something? That'd be kind of interesting. Or just randomly a gun. Ooh, we can approach the mirror. He didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. This is a whole cabin is different from last time. Ooh, I like the music too now. Should we ask about the mirror? Let's ask about the mirror. Approach or ask? Because he very specifically said the only furniture of note was the table. Oh, hello, random piano. Ask, okay.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Oh, he's still following an old script. Yeah, honestly. Excuse you, sir.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this noise.
Okay, I was about to say, what if it, like, disappears? I care about whether I'm being lied to. I care. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. You're right, it doesn't matter. Remain silent. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know
Oh.
how ridiculous you look right now.
This is a good way to see our hand, though. Yeah, so we've got fur, I think, or something up here, and we have talons, or claws. No, this like, is kind of like a bird arm or something, right? Like how it has these ridges, but normally it's like the legs. So maybe we have feathers instead of fur? That's what it's making me think of. Like, and especially from, like, this view, like, if you were, like, looking down, you would expect to see, like... Yeah. Cool. Love that, actually.
But it was there a second ago.
And now it's gone. For the love of everything, can we just get this over with already? All this waiting is killing me.
This whole cabin is different
Very
than last time.
different.
Very different.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Uh-huh.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
I feel it's only wise of us to take the blade again because we know she's armed.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Okay. Okay. Holding it feels a little better. Maybe
Aw.
we can make it through this. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall.
Kinda. It also looks like rough tree bark or like teeth.
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
What? Does that sentence have to be at the end? Like, like the tone change just gave me whiplash. Oh my goodness.
That's right! Scraping! I told you she has something. I told you!
Uh-huh.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
Oh.
Is something wrong with that voice? I can hear her bloodlust.
It is. Yes, this is made by Black Tabby Games as well. Hello, Limited Power. How are you doing? But it's a demo that they recently updated.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
This is giving me, like, Shining in the Darkness vibes. I love this. Just, like, because of how that game was. It was like an old dungeon crawler. They updated the demo, yes. They added new princesses and endings, and a bunch of new dialogue. The UI is a little different. No, this one's new. Or the Razor is new. I remember the ones we did last time. As the Spectre, the Damsel, the Stranger. I can't remember all of them, but I vaguely remember them all, yes. There's no, okay, so you can still see where the two chains are supposed to be, but there's no wall behind her. And instead it looks like a tunnel going further back. You started playing Scarlet Hollow the other day? Nice.
I wonder if she remembers us.
No.
Finally, somebody, quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
She's hiding her arms, her hands.
We're not falling for it. She's tricking us. Can't you hear that threatening edge to her voice? She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. Then it'll all happen again.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Oh, God. Ma'am? Was not prepared for that. Oh. All right. All right, then. Oh, goodness. All right, then. The Razor. That is one of the new ones. She has plates. Just coming. Yeah, and Trevor Henderson, who is the artist behind Siren Head. Hold on. I'm looking at the achievements real quick. Okay, so the Nightmare was the one where she became very doll-like. Like creepy doll-like. The Spectre, where she's a ghost. Damsel. The Beast. And the Stranger. Those are the ones we got. I don't know. I remember that the one we got was initially called... the one we didn't get was initially called the Fury. But I don't see that on here anymore. And there's no hidden, like, achievements. But okay, let's go again. He's nice. I've been meaning to watch her
You're
play
on
Fatal
a
Frame.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, okay, that's actually what I meant by saying is, like, I haven't been watching her. There was, like, she uploaded a video that I think would have been farther than where you were. I didn't watch that video. Like, I haven't started watching them, so I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna watch her only do parts that you've already done. So that way I can experience it with you. I do that a lot with certain games where, like, I'd want to watch the content creator play the game, but if it's a game I want to play, I won't watch it because I don't want spoilers. So that's always a conundrum for me sometimes. How do you think we should go about it this time? Viva la Revolution. Alright. I didn't say that. Viva la... It is Revolution. I just don't know how to say it. Like, properly with that pronunciation. Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Hold on. Do we want to ask anything? Nah. Let's just go for it. We're off to Alpha Monarch. Oh, it says leave? Okay, we can leave. Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Okay, fine. You're persistent. I'll go to the cabin and I'll slay the princess. Okay, fine. I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I won't slay her. Maybe I won't lie. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I am not going to the cabin. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna go walk in the opposite direction now. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. I don't know, they're all good responses. But I do like this though, because you can immediately start sassing the narrator back. If I recall correctly, last time, anytime you try to lie to the narrator, like, he's aware of it because he's the narrator. The last one, just keep going.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong.
Hello,
Better
hero.
we wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
The narrator also is very, quick to become aggressive with people who don't agree with him.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Okay, I'm going into the cabin. Sheesh. Turn around again and leave again. Leave again. Goodbye, cabin.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If
No, you
don't
haven't.
do your job, everyone dies.
I didn't
Like,
ask questions.
Dies. Forever.
I don't care. I'm not killing a princess. Good. Maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this. Quietly continue down the path.
Your silence is deafening.
It can be.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Okay. There's no fighting, this is there. I have to go into the cabin, don't I? Fine. Oh yeah, well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
But the world's gonna end, so that last part doesn't make any sense.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
We get sassy back at him. Yeah.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin.
The cabin.
Infinite fractal of paths and cabins, desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right?
Sorry.
Of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Just sit down, take a break for a little bit, find a log to, rest our weary legs on.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
So curious thing about this is, okay, so you never go, if this is what happens, you never go to the cabin, you never kill the princess, the world ends. How, though? Because she doesn't escape the cabin, assumably. Or maybe she does, I guess. Again, not enough information. Stranger. Have you played the
You're
demo?
on a path in the
Limited power?
woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
You can see the walls. In the background. Nope. Oh, okay. It's really good.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Hasn't this happened already? Okay, no. You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she? Oh, you bastard. Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. But I died. The world ended. What am I doing here? Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. Lie. Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay the princess. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin. Silently proceed to the cabin. Nope. Yeah, there's no more option to just turn around and leave. Lie? Okay. Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
We now have the voice of the contrarian.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is odd. The air smelling faintly of plastic, the wood of the walls fitting together at uncomfortable angles. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
The mirror's back.
The blade is your implement. You'll
Baby,
need it if you
alright.
want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
Nope, he didn't mention the mirror again.
I, for one, would rather have it. We don't really know what we're dealing with here. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Hold on, I want to ask about the mirror again.
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point? I also want to see... It doesn't matter, remain silent.
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done?
Well, we have feathers and therefore are potentially bird-like, so preening would be it's good. It's good for birds. They need to, take care of their feathers and whatnot. Huh.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Okay, so our only option is still to... Oh, I wonder... Shoot. Can I... Auto save preference? Okay, one of the next times we do this, remind me to see if I can grab the knife and then come to the mirror, because maybe we can, break the mirror or something.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you... But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Ooh, curious. What if we look like the princess, but just a little off? Because the only part of us we see is our hand. Right? Looking in a mirror would show any resemblance we might have to the princess. Just a thought. This contrarian guy talks sense. He does. Sort of. Take the blade, enter the basement. Just go in. Oh, actually, hold on. I want to say something real quick. Quick save. Okay.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase built from an unidentifiable and featureless material. The steps barely seem to fit together, and upon closer inspection, they barely seem to go anywhere at all, let alone down. The air here has an almost artificial quality to it, the scent of plastic from the cabin mingling with a cocktail of chemical odours. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice carries up the stairs, its multi-tonal lilt adding to the already uneasy atmosphere.
Hello. Is someone there?
The little smiley in the dialogue. Or not smiley, but hi honey, we're home.
This isn't what I expected her to sound like. What is she?
About that.
Well, she's not a princess, that's for sure. She
You don't know that.
is a princess. Don't let your imagination run wild.
What the hell are you? Hi, just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Silently continue down the stairs. God, I wish there was a hi honey, we're home option. This is as close as we're gonna get, I think.
Is that company? We don't remember the last time we had company.
Sorry. A little smiley face.
It takes you a moment to orient yourself before you're able to start moving forward.
That's fair.
As you enter the next room, the form of the princess comes into view, her wrist bound to the far wall in heavy shackles.
Because I can see both her arms. I don't see the shackle.
She locks eyes with you, one moving a little faster than the other, the loose skin of her face stretching into something resembling a smile. Holy shit.
Sorry.
If we knew she'd be like this, maybe we would have taken the knife?
Maybe.
Why are you just standing there?
Oh.
Are you scared of us?
They're not in sync anymore. No. You're admiring your beauty, madam. Yep. That was the stranger. Wait, hold on real quick. Hold on. Load. Quick load? Was it this one? Hold on. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
I was trying to see if there was a way for me to throw the blade out the window, like he suggests. Hold on. Hold the blade the other way.
Switch your grip on the blade.
Oh, it changes.
Congratulations.
How you have it like this now. I like that it changes the little mouse icon.
Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Throw the blade out the window. There it is. Sorry, excuse me one moment.
Yes! Do it! Seriously?
Sorry, I had an achievement to get.
Throw the blade at the window, the glass shattering as it flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without a weapon.
Oh, sorry, I had to get an achievement.
Can't believe you actually did it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends? Oh well. If the princess wasn't going to do it, the heat death of the universe was going to come for it eventually.
True.
What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
Oh. Alright then.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase built from an unidentifiable, and the air here has an almost... Her voice carries up the stairs.
Hello. Is someone there?
This isn't what... Well, she's not a princess. She is a princess. Don't let your imagination...
I wonder what she would say to this. Hold on.
We're a princess, but we can also be a friend.
It takes you a moment to orient yourself before
Noted.
you're able to start moving forward.
She wants to be friends, guys.
As you enter the next room, the form of the princess comes into view. Her wrist, she locks eyes with you, one moving a little faster. Holy shit. If we knew she'd be like this, maybe we wouldn't have tossed that knife out the window.
Maybe.
Why are you just...
Okay. So, hold on. If I go into the achievements, the ones that are listed, that would be like the different kinds of princesses. We have the adversary, the prisoner, the tower, the witch. Although it's spelled with two V's instead of a W. Oh no, it says finish the demo with the witch. Okay, so they just did that on purpose. The beast, the damsel, the specter, and the nightmare. And I've gotten like those last four before. Okay. Starting the game. Okay, this time we'll do
You're on a path.
what
in
Sushi
the
suggested
woods,
last time.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, we're off to kill the monarch.
That's the spirit.
No asking questions, we're just
You
gonna
make
do
your
it.
way up
I
the
assume.
short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely
It
bare.
is just on the
air
edge
is
right there.
stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table, Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, take blade, enter the basement. What if we want to do this wrong? Well, how do you mean?
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and
You
save
can-
the world without it.
Oh. oh, I know. You were responding to what the narrator said. I see. I thought you meant because, like, there is like a line of dialogue that you can follow where you try to get her out. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Okay. Hi, just checking in on you. I think I'm here to kill you. Continue down the stairs. So these three tend to be the same, or these four tend to be the same. Unless, like, sometimes they'll add one. It's just the demo. It always stops at chapter 2. Or, like, after the reveal of the princess. It's supposed to be out later this year, I think they said. I don't know if they've given an exact, like, month or date. Just go down.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Or something. What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nuh-uh. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk, steal your nerves, and step forward. Two. Okay, yep, you got me. I'm here to slay you.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it. Tighten your grip. Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing.
Yeah, about that razor.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm sorry, can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Drop the blade. Slay the princess. 2.
I'm positive.
About that.
I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Not dropping the blade. Drop blade. Slay the princess.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Fine then, I guess we're at an impasse. Squint at the princess while holding onto the blade. Drop the blade. Slay the princess. The squinting thing always cracks me up.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
Have at the knave. Stabs the narrator. I'm kidding. God, the moment that option pops up, we have to take it. Are you sure you don't want to talk? Stare at the princess. Drop the blades. Slay the princess. Slay 1, 2, 3. Yes, slay the princess.
Charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
Okay, last time we got here, we did finish the job. Should we die? Because this is what led us to the razor. Just die. I guess I'll die. That one meme.
Are you serious?
Just fall down like, no.
The wound in your neck is too much for you to bear. You collapse to the floor of the basement, rapidly bleeding out.
Disappointed in us.
The princess stands over you with an intense curiosity as you fade away.
Huh.
Oops.
Oops.
Everything goes black, and you die.
Oh, it's still the razor. Okay. I wonder if it'll be a
You're
little
on
different,
a
though.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Rude.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
She's going to kill me again. Okay, I'm getting deja vu. This hasn't this happened already? Okay, no, I died. What's going on here? Proceed to the cabin, turn around and leave. Just proceed.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Including stabbing us.
Don't believe a word.
No, we can't go in there. Do either of you feel sick? Because I feel sick just thinking about that place. We're going to die again, and I bet it's going to hurt.
It's good to be careful, but you're really not helping with all that talk. Agreed. Just ignore that clown and stay focused. The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, blade, then mirror. I saved just in case. Maybe we need to ask about it first, but let's see if we can take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Okay. Okay. Holding it feels a little better. Maybe we can make it through this.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
No.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the
I am curious about the mirror. What
Hope you know
are
how
you supposed to do with
ridiculous
it?
look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone. For the love of everything, can we just get this over with already? All this waiting is killing me.
Alright then. It was a valiant effort.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from...
Scraping? She's not even trying to hide her knife.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
But that's
Her
where you are.
grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There's something wrong with that voice. I can hear her bloodlust.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Finally, somebody, quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
We're not falling for it. She's tricking us. Can't you hear that threatening edge to her voice? She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Huh, I wonder if her crown changed. Serious. Alright, 1 second.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Can you two stop arguing?
Ooh, I can't grab the blade if I've already... No, maybe I can. Hold on.
I care less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would... You take the blade from the table.
Okay.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. This really isn't funny.
Nope. Okay. Still will not let me interact with the mirror. Okay.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
An effort was made. Okay. Main menu. Yes. Okay, one more run, and we're going to go into the basement without the knife this time. Because I think all three of these last times we have had the knife, so...
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
That's true,
And in
potentially.
the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Little hints to, like, stuff that will pop up.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Hold on. Walk in, give her a hug. Aw, I wish that was an option. Can't someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
I wish and sometimes it does. Like when you ask certain questions, it opens up certain things, but I'm not sure how implemented that is in the demo.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
That is not true.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Oh my god, can we make the character evil? That'd be so much fun.
Are
You're
you
good.
serious? No, you have to do it. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Okay. I'll go to the cabin and I'll slay the princess.
The whole world owes you a debt of gratitude. Really.
Really.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
It's just a world of cabins. Who cares if it ends? Exactly. Well, the people who live in the cabins, potentially. But who cares? It's fine. They'll build bigger huts next time. I don't know. I was trying to go for something that's cabin-esque, but not actually a cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
It's the same cabin. The infinite princesses.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin
Cabin
is
fever.
almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note, the blade, is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a stair. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
And see, this changes now that we don't have the knife.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Okay. I'm here to save you, or lie I'm here to save you. I'm here to save you. This one?
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
No.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Easily.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
The end. Okay, hold on. Let's talk a bit first. I'll see what I can do. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, you're doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
One sec. Like BRB, one sec, or...
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
This is true. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. Oh, goodness. One second. Actually, hold on. We are going to BRB here really quick, so I can go check on my cat, see what they're doing, and refill my coffee. And then we will carry on with this. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My cat was being sus, and I decided to go refill my coffee while I was up. It's the joy about owning cats. Alrighty. Okay. We've tugged on the chains. They're very heavy. She asked if we knew where the key was. Narrator says it's doubtful. They wouldn't just leave the key around. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? Or I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. I assume this would let us grab the knife again. Let's do this one.
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
Oh, thank you.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Then why would you close the door with the knife on the other side of it? I don't know if the narrator's the one who closed the door. It just seems like most.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Stay. I'm very
There's a
curious
slight
if there are
panic
other
rising in the princess's voice.
characters.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
They just like, wait, you forgot this. And tosses the knife down to you. Save the. Oh, see, we don't have an option to betray her. Probably because of dialogue choices. Like, we didn't lie when we said we were trying to save her.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Yeah.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
Yeah, we should tie that off or something.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
There it is.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
No.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
No.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
The two of you. Once again, confirming that the voice of the hero is not the character.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Man, why didn't you just stab me in the neck?
I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently
Oh.
not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
She knew how to use a knife last time. Yep. Oh no.
It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as
No.
I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice.
She's so sad, guys.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved,
I-
we have to be sneaky about it.
Hold on, sorry, I almost dropped my coffee. I wasn't prepared for that for some reason.
Our beloved?
Right, because we've fallen further into the role of hero and damsel. And normally those stories end with, like, them riding off into the sunset to get married. So we're now, like, following that trope. We now have the voice of the, what was it, the smitten? Alright.
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
What is this voice? Can't take a drink of 4. So the princess, voice of the smitten, voice of the hero, and then the actual character. Or the player. Versus the narrator. 4v1, just like Dead by Daylight.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
No.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Oh god, I can't. This voice is killing me. Proceed to cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She will. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
The narrator or the voice of the smitten?
I do, but
Oh.
I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Oh my god.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Oh, proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin
Oh.
is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
It is. It's very. His range is very impressive.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies. Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us. Again, there's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's
Hold
a
on.
table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. In which
Oh.
case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
I didn't mean to click through it that quickly. Hold on. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here. She'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't.
You
walk up to the wall next to the basement door. This really isn't funny.
Okay.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall, but it was there a second ago.
Is it still a cabin if it's made of stone?
Now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Confirmed that we have multiple feathers. Feather out of place. What kind of, like, do you think we're, like, a specific kind of feathered creature? I guess to say, like, if we're modeled after a specific kind of bird, what do you think it is? Oh, maybe we're a dinosaur. Like, the older dinosaurs that had feathers.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
They had to, like, pull it back to this line.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Might want to get that looked at.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Sorry.
You know she can't hear you, right?
Thank goodness.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
God, I just love the idea of, like, character just slowly going insane.
I was so worried about you. You remember me, right?
Ooh. Yeah, she's chibi. And her tiara was different. It was a little more, what do you call it? Classical, I guess? In that, like, that style. You remember me, right? That was curious. Jonathan Sims. There we go. I always forget the dude's name until Sushi reminds me. Alright then. Hold on. I want to look at, so... Okay, so aside from the different princesses, there are, like, 2 other not ending related ones. Huh. Just, I'll never forget. I know you won't. Okay, well, I think that is all for Slay the Princess tonight. Seriously, I won't. No, and eventually I'll remember it too more often. It's just I've never, like, listened to the Magnus Archives, and I really only know him from this. I always remember it's Jonathan, but I think the last name, like, it always escapes me. I think he used his name for his main character in his PD cast, or his podcast. Aw. I think tomorrow we'll play more of this, see if we can fill out more. I mostly want to see the new ones. So we'll play more of this tomorrow. And then, see, what's tomorrow's Wednesday? I don't know what we'll be doing on and off throughout the week. I do want to stream. stream more on and off throughout the week. So maybe we'll play some Played Up. Maybe I'll start up Floatsome. Zach recently gifted me Floatsome, which is like a city management game. Yeah, and maybe if I haven't gone back to Final Fantasy 2 to do the grinding that I need to do, but maybe if I do that, like, eventually, maybe we can do that Thursday. So, so what I'll be streaming throughout the week is a little up in the air. The only thing for certain will be Resident Evil 4 on Saturday. But until then, I will see you all tomorrow evening, probably around 9 p.m. Central. And until then, thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you all have a lovely evening or time of day that it is, and I will see you next time. Bye!